They planted lies to bury him, but truth unearthed their deepest crime. Before you hear this story, pause. Subscribe now if you believe in truth, justice, and holding power accountable. Here on the Untold Struggles, we shine light where darkness hides. Join us. Sunlight filtered through the high windows of the state Supreme Court in Riverton, South Carolina. In that chamber, Justice Marcus Ellis, a distinguished black judge in his late 50s, sat in his robes, reviewing a new case. He carried the weight of someone who had broken barriers, first black federal prosecutor, then appellate court, now on the bench fighting systemic inequities. Below his bench lay a file stamped Case 47 SC 2027, Civil Rights Violation. The plaintiff, a coalition of minority communities suing state law enforcement for racially biased policing. Marcus believed deeply in this case. It aligned with the core of his life's work. Outside, tensions rose. Protesters gathered. News vans circled. The eyes of the state were on him. He walked home that evening, past oak trees lining his suburban street. His wife, Angela, waved from the front steps, holding their granddaughter, Lila. Marcus smiled. This house, this family, was his sanctuary. But before crossing the threshold, he caught sight of a black SUV idling across the block, engine off, lights dim. He frowned but entered. Moments later, there was a knock on the door. 2 police officers stood, uniforms crisp, expression impassive. Justice Ellis, the senior officer said, "You're wanted at the station. We have evidence you need to see." Marcus's heart thudded. He glanced at Angela and Lila. "Tell them I'll be right there," he said, voice steady. At the police station, the atmosphere was sterile and cold. Marcus entered the evidence room, flanked by officers. A third man, Detective Cole, known for high-profile cases, waited with a thick envelope and a Ziploc bag containing white powder. "Your Honor," Cole said, "we have reason to believe this is cocaine found in your vehicle yesterday morning as part of a routine traffic stop. Your license plate was flagged. We recorded it under Bodycam." Marcus's pulse raced. He had not been stopped. He had not broken any law. He raised his voice, calm but fierce. "You planted evidence. I demand the Bodycam footage, the full uncut video." Cole smirked. "Footage is under review. But the evidence stands." Another file was slid across. A security camera image of Marcus's car next to a crime scene in a distant neighborhood. Marcus recognized the location, but he was in court that afternoon, miles away. He said, "That's not my car. That's Photoshop or manipulation." The officers exchanged uneasy glances, but Cole only nodded. "We'll bring you in. You're detained." As Marcus was handcuffed, the room's overhead light flickered. A hush fell. Angela, watching outside through the glass, gasped. It was the beginning of a fight bigger than corruption, a fight for truth itself. Word spread fast. Social media lit up. Black judge arrested. Corruption in Riverton PD. Planting cocaine on lawman. News vans arrived. Protesters chanted outside the station gates. Angela stood in front, placard raised. "Free Judge Ellis, truth will reign." Inside the cell, Marcus sat, calm despite the storm. He had faith in the system, or at least in exposing its rot. That evening, Detective Cole returned, carrying a sealed CD. "Bodycam footage, partial cut, shows your car at the stop." He passed it over. Marcus accepted it. But when he inserted it on a phone, the video was cut short, missing the crucial minutes. He whispered. They erased it. A guard leaned in. "You know you could beat them anyway. Go quiet." Marcus's voice was steel. Silence never freed anyone. The day of the hearing arrived. The press gallery overflowed. Cameras, phones, microphones, all zeroed in. Marcus, in his black robe, took the stand. His lawyer, Aisha Reyes, a sharp civil rights attorney, laid out the case. The chain of custody was broken. The bodycam video was incomplete, with timestamps missing. The security camera evidence was from 8 hours earlier with altered metadata. She showed a forensic audit, hour by hour gaps. She called the station's IT specialist, who confirmed suspicious file edits. The audience gasped. Even the prosecuting attorney's jaw dropped. Then came the climax. From the gallery, Angela stood and held up her smartphone, live streaming. She said, You recorded the wrong person. That file was altered. You didn't just attack him, you attacked justice. The courtroom fell silent. The judge leaned forward. Detective Cole, do you deny these edits? Cole's expression faltered. I stand by the report. But the evidence was overwhelming. The judge delivered the verdict. All charges against Marcus were dropped. The evidence was declared inadmissible. A public reprimand against the Riverton PD was issued. The courtroom erupted in applause. Angela rushed forward and embraced Marcus. Their daughter Lila clapped with tears in her eyes. Outside, the protesters surged. Signs reading truth over power waved. News anchors shouted the headline, "Judge freed, corruption exposed." Marcus addressed the crowd. This wasn't just my fight. This was ours. When power fears truth, it strikes. But it's truth that wins. Just as the cheers peaked, a black sedan pulled away from the curb. Inside sat a man in a dark suit. He glanced back at Marcus and smiled, but with intent, not kindness. Weeks later, as Marcus returned to the bench, he noticed a sealed envelope sitting on his desk. He opened it. Inside, a single USB drive labeled Phase 2, Riverton. He plugged it in. The screen filled with documents, new plans, developer names, logos, and maps. At the bottom, one file name caught his eye, Judge Ellis, Asset Forfeiture Proposal. His hand trembled. He looked toward the window. The city skyline glowed under dusk. He whispered, "They're not done with me yet." To be continued.